The camera shot is the white box, not everything else, right? I think that's okay. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new YouTube video. I've been meaning to do this video for a very, very long time. It's by far the most common question I receive in my DMs. The topic is lab-grown diamonds. What are they? Do they look like diamonds? What are the pros, the cons? What's going on? Most importantly, what's my opinion on them? Hundreds of you have been asking. I know a lot of influencers love saying, thousands of you have been asking questions, but genuinely this is the question everyone asks me. What's my opinion on them? What's the story with them? Let's talk about it for a few minutes. First of all, please make sure you like this video and share your comment on what you think about lab-grown diamonds. I'd love to read them and hear them, and please subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos just like this. So, lab-grown diamonds. Heard about them a few years ago. They've been in circulation for about probably 3-4 years. Huge changes have happened within that. Number one, the prices have come down drastically, which I'm sure some of you know, some of you might not know. The prices have come down hugely. A 1 carat lab grown we were selling for £2,000 a few years ago because that's what they costed to manufacture. Now they're a few £100s. So we're talking about 1/10 of the price that they were. So it's very important that you live with the times and you're paying for what lab diamonds are now, not what the price of them was 6 months ago or a year ago, because it's drastically changed. Do they look like natural diamonds? Yes, they do. If you put two next to each other within the same quality, they look exactly the same. Some people say they can't tell the difference. I don't buy it. To me, I've been looking at diamonds for the last 10 years of my life every single day, and I cannot see the difference. So they look the same. When you start to, the only difference is, I should add, when you start to go lower in color with the lab, like an H, an I, a J, they tend to go a bit dark and gray. Unlike the natural diamonds, which tend to go more yellow, the lower the color scale you go. So that would be a difference, and you can differentiate between them in the lower clarities. Now, what's my opinion on them? I think it's super, super important in the jewelry industry. My policy is, when it comes to everything, is that no jeweler should be telling you what to do. A lot of jewelers like throwing around their opinions, telling you, you have to do this, you have to buy this color, you have to buy this shape, you have to buy this quality. And I don't buy that, because what's important to you is completely unimportant to the next person. How do they know what you appreciate? How do they know what's important to you? How do they know your personality? How can they tell you what you like? You can sit and judge for yourself. The same applies to lab-grown diamonds. So many people in my office have come and said, I wouldn't touch a lab-grown diamond. And guess what? They see one on their hand and they're so pleasantly surprised that it feels right for them, and they end up buying it. And vice versa. So many people come to my office and say, I only want lab-grown diamonds. And they put it on and something feels off. Something within them feels off. Then lab-growns aren't for you. I think it's super important to judge what you're gonna do and what you're gonna buy when you see them physically. No jeweler should be telling you what to buy, what to go for lab, to go for natural. They can just answer your questions and educate you on the pros and the cons. Let's go through a couple pros and cons. First of all, obviously the price difference. It's significantly lower. A lot of people work on a budget. A lot of people want to spend their money on other things. And if you want a 3 carat lab and you don't have the budget for a natural diamond, suddenly you have a beautiful lookalike for 1/10 of the price. And most people really, really want that. The con of that is that sometimes it could be a little bit too cheap. You think you're getting away with it. Like a 3 carat, let's say you had a budget of £15,000 for a natural diamond. Suddenly you're spending £3,000. It's like, ooh, it's a little bit cheap. I want to do something more special and spend more money. If you have that feeling, then maybe perhaps labs are not for you. Another pro with labs is you always get top quality without spending the premiums. Most of the lab diamonds are EF, VVS, they sparkle tremendously. And you don't pay huge premiums for that. So you can suddenly achieve not only the size, but also the quality of what you couldn't get in a natural diamond. The cons would be the resale value. People talk about that a lot. there's not a big market for resale in lab-grown diamonds since the prices have been coming down and plummeting. A lot of people are nervous to buy it back. A lot of jewelers will be like, oh, what's the price going to be in 6 months? How do I know? It's so volatile. I can't afford to buy it back now when the price might drop another 20%. That being said, a lot of people counter that with I'm not looking at this as a resale, I'm not looking at this as an investment. If it comes to resell, obviously we're separated, so I don't care anyway. A lot of people will counter it by also saying that your exposure is a lot less. So with a natural diamond, if you spend £15,000, let's be honest, it's not like you can flip it the next day for £16,000. With VAT, with taxes, with making the ring, you're going to lose a little bit. Let's say a couple £1,000 on £15,000. So if you're spending £3,000 on this identical item in a lab, you're also losing a few £1,000s. So it ends up being the same thing, whether you go for a lab or a natural, in terms of resale value, in terms of what you're losing. Obviously, percentage-wise is different, but they're two separate items. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what not to do. I'm just laying the facts of the pros and cons of lab-grown diamonds. I personally don't put on my page, I don't advertise lab-grown diamonds because I don't want to confuse people. Some pages only do lab, some pages do lab and natural. But if someone wants a lab-grown diamond and they know the pros and the cons, who am I to tell them, no, we don't deal with it, go to someone else? I know a lot of jewelers, they're very anti-lab and they won't touch it, they think it's ruining the industry. But to me and you, I'm not telling someone no. If you want a lab-grown diamond, by all means. I've sold plenty beautiful lab-grown diamonds to people over the last few years, and I love doing so just as much as natural, because some people really want the value in the lab. They don't have the budget for the natural diamonds, so of course lab will be a super option for them if they're paying the right price. I had a great expression: if you want to know if labs are for you or not, and you're not sure. This is a great social experiment. If you're on the train and someone says, that's a beautiful diamond, and you say, thank you, and it's a lab-grown diamond, and the person asks, is that a lab or a natural? Will you be uncomfortable saying it's a lab? Think about it. Would you be uncomfortable saying it's a lab? If you would be uncomfortable, then maybe you should think about if labs are really for you, because it means you're either embarrassed or you know, nervous about being judged. But I believe in, if you're buying a lab, be proud of it. It's a lab grown, and that's what you wanted. But obviously you don't have to go around saying it, and no one will know anyways. But I think it's a good experiment because it lets people know what it feels by you. Lab grown is all about buying a diamond, buying jewelry is emotional. It's about what it means to you. When you look at that stone, that lab grown stone, does it feel fake to you? Does it feel unauthentic? Does it feel sad? Then labs are not for you. Does it feel beautiful and it's exactly what you want it, and it sparkles and it speaks to you and you save money? Labs are for you. So what one person thinks is important, another person thinks is not important. So I, as a jeweler, will never tell you or anyone what to buy, either lab or natural. It's completely up to you, but you should make this decision when you've seen them in front of you. Don't make this decision just because you hear people talking about it. You hear fluff on the internet, blogs. Make this decision when you got two on your hand. You know the price points of them both. You know exactly the quality of them both. You trying them on. Then you can make an educated, emotional decision on the spot. Don't make this decision before you've seen them, because you're just going to be basing your decision on other people's opinions. And I don't believe in other people's opinions when it comes to buying diamonds. I believe in your own. You trust your gut. You trust yourself, because it's not too complex. There's like simple pros and cons in both. And yeah, so that's just my thoughts on lab-grown diamonds. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comment section. This is completely unedited, unscripted, and I just threw out, you know, sort of a little bit bits and pieces of lab-grown diamonds. What are they going to be in the future? I don't know. Have they affected the price of diamonds? No. Well, they have affected the price of, I would say, under 1 carat, because the clientele for people who want to buy under 1 carat, now they see what they can get in lab, usually go for lab. So the prices of under 1 carat is a lot less sought after, but Anything over 1 carat, natural, it hasn't affected at all. The prices are still great. They fluctuate a little bit up, a little bit down, but they're doing fine. There's still a huge market for them. But any other questions you have on labs or anything you want me to discuss regarding this topic, I'll be happy to do so. I hope you found this valuable. Again, please leave a comment on your opinion on labs because I'd love to know. Subscribe, and I'll catch you later.